to find another place.
For people like her, a solution to the heartache could lie across this bridge in Sweden. A legal loophole means that living for a while in another EU country allows married couples to bypass the points system and return to Denmark. The question is how many will decide their future lies elsewhere. Nadine Barber, AlJazeera, Copenhagen.
Well, communications and power supplies around the world could be disrupted in the coming hours after the sun blasted out its biggest solar flares in 4 years. It happened on Monday when 3 huge clouds of charged matter called coronal mass ejections burst from the sun's surface. One was the most powerful form of solar flare, known as the Class X event. It's taken 4 days for those charged particles to travel 150 million kilometres here. They're capable of knocking out power and radio signals, but disruptions are not expected to be as severe as a flare in 1989, which cut power to 6 million Canadians. But the waves of energy are likely to enhance the northern lights, the aurora borealis, making them brighter and visible further south, perhaps into northern United States. Well, let's show you a NASA animation of the actual event on Monday, dubbed the Valentine's Day Flare. The video shows the bright spot on the sun from where the flare erupted, which is about 100,000 kilometres across. And of course, you can follow all of those stories on our website at www.aljazeera.net/English. We're following, of course, all those events happening across the Gulf and North Africa. News, views, video reports and analysis, updated 24 hours a day. This is Al Jazeera, and these are the stories making the headlines. In Bahrain, funerals are being held for the victims of Thursday's violence. Mourners have been shouting anti-government slogans and calling the dead martyrs. Meanwhile, Bahrain's top Shiite cleric says yesterday's police crackdown was a massacre and that the country's government has shut the door to dialogue. At least 4 people were killed when protests were violently put down in the capital, Manama. Further demonstrations are underway in Libya after a number of people died in a crackdown on protests. Human Rights Watch is reporting that the death toll could be as many as 24. Crowds are massing in Cairo's Liberation Square to celebrate a week since the departure of President Hosni Mubarak. Several hundred military police in red berets are keeping watch over the square. The anti-government protests in Yemen are also expected to continue as people rally following Friday prayers. And the unrest hasn't been confined to the capital, Sana'a. Similar rallies were held in the southern port of Aden. Chaos ensued on Thursday when police opened fire on nearly 3,000 protesters. Officials said 3 people were killed and dozens wounded. Police in Afghanistan say 9 people are dead after a bomb blast in the eastern city of Khost. A further 30 people were injured in the attack carried out by a suicide bomber in a car loaded with explosives. Most of the victims are civilians. The Taliban has claimed responsibility. Polls are now open in Uganda for the country's presidential and parliamentary elections. The late arrival of election materials had delayed the vote. Election officials say polling stations will stay open longer to make up for the time. Some 40 million Ugandans are registered to take part, but President Yoweri Museveni is confident of a landslide win to extend his 25 years in office.
Why are you so agitated that there must be change? The economy is growing very well. We have brought peace. Education is expanding. So, what are your worries?
A Beijing court has upheld the conviction and 8-year sentence given to a Chinese-born American geologist for stealing state secrets. Xu Feng was charged in July for obtaining information on the Chinese oil industry. His appeal lawyer had argued that the information was widely available. The US ambassador to China was in court and urged China to release him. Those were the headlines. Next, it's 101 East.
North Korean leader Kim Jong-il's love of film is well documented. But few outsiders know that he's revered as a genius of cinema by his own people. Filmmakers Lin Lee and James Leong are the first foreigners to gain access to the Pyongyang University of Cinematic and Dramatic Arts, a center where young actors are handpicked to serve a massive propaganda machine. I'm Fawzia Ibrahim. On this edition of 101 East, we provide a rare insight into the beating heart of North Korea's extraordinary film industry.
나는 어렸을 적에 어머니의 손목을 잡고 영화 촬영장을 많이 앞날에 나의 그 꿈에 대해서 새겨지게 되었습니다.
위대한 영도자 김정일 동지께서 민족문화유산 계승에 관한 사상과 리론으로 틈틈이 무장하고 그래서 우리나라 역사와 문화에 대해서 잘 알아야 우리 민족적 긍지가 생기고 자부심이 생깁니다. 그러니까 우리 연기 영상에 더욱 도움이 되게.
It's a clear summer day on the banks of the Taedong River in Pyongyang, North Korea. These young students from the country's elite film academy are attending an outdoor lecture.
사회주의적 애국주의는 그 어떤 추상적인 개념이 아니라 조국의 풀 한 포기, 나무 한 그루 이걸 사랑하고 아끼는 데서부터 싹 드는 것이라고 장군께서 가르치셨다. 그러니까 이 우리가 민족 전통에 대해서 잘 아는 것도 우리가 애국심의 발현이다. 애국심의 발현이.
Filming this encounter, a single session lasting just a few hours, has taken us an entire year to arrange. It was in 2008 when we first asked for permission to make a documentary about North Korea's aspiring film workers, as they're called here. Months of negotiations followed, but the answer was always the same. The Pyongyang University of Cinematic and Dramatic Arts was closed for renovations. But then, in mid-2009, we received word that we could meet the students outside the campus.
평양연극영화대학 배우과 2학년 학생 김문범입니다. 그리고 우리 어머님은 1970년대부터 배우 생활을 해왔습니다. 위대한 장군님께 큰 기쁨을 드리고 저희 아버지는 1970년대 그때부터 배우하다가 하시다가 연출가로 해서 지금은 연출을 하고 계십니다. 배우들의 희망이라고 볼 때 크게는 배우로 영화로서 위대한 장군님께 기쁨을 드리는데 배우들의 큰 희망이 있다고 그런 희망을 가지고 우리는 배우 생활을 하려고 지망합니다.
저는 평양연극영화대학 배우학부 2학년에서 공부하고 있는 이은미라고 합니다. 저는 어렸을 때부터 매우 영화를 좋아했습니다. 그런데 아버지는 자기 뒤를 이으라고 공학계통으로 계속 공부를 시켰단 말입니다. 막 속상해서 근데 저의 그 재능의 싹을 찾아주시고 장군님께서 자본주의 나라 영화는 영화가 상품이 위주라면 우리나라 영화는